I've got to control it very carefully. So this right here is like an attack. It's like a speed attack right there. I'll zoom in on that so you can see it. That right there is like begin attack, and then this is like general flying motion. So I think I'll say attack is basically 13, and then I'll just call this fly left. Fly left brake. And I'll steal this for a second. And I'll change this to 13, change this to 14, and then change this guy to 13. Because we'll just have him run once when he starts flying. Yep, got it perfect. Cool. Cool. Fly left. Got to make sure the note gets in here, which it is. Cool. Run, jump, turn, hover, attack, fly left. Cool. Alright. Current action is fly left. Here. Then we say the current action here. We'll probably have another if statement here. If hover complete is equal to false. So guess what? We're going to set a hover complete here. Hover complete equals false. Then we have him hover, let's just say, for 2 seconds, just to see what that looks like. Hover counter equals 0. If hover complete is equal to false, then count. Plus plus. If hover counter is less than, let me think about this. Complete equals false, then set the current action equal to hover. Hover counter plus plus. Let's do the plus plus at the very beginning. If hover counter is less than or equal to room speed times 2, which should be 2 seconds. Room speed is 60. There are 60 steps per second, and so 60 times 2 would be 120 steps total, and we're in the step event, so that'd be 2 seconds. If current action equals hover, then we're setting the current action equal to hover. If hover counter less than or equal to here, let's say greater than or equal to, just so we can set the hover complete to true. And so then at that point we do the attack. So that should be pretty simple. Current action equals attack. Here, this is the funny part. Okay. If current action, attack started equals false. If attack started equal to false, and set the current action to attack, and then guess what? Set attack started equal to true. But let's also set the speed immediately. Speed equals, back to where we were. Let's just go ahead and set it at 4 and see what that looks like. Direction is still set, basically hasn't changed, even though we may need to change the direction. We may need to change the direction when he's just hovering. We'll see how that looks. Maybe not. If the animation has it already, we'll be fine. If not, no worries. We'll change the direction barely in this counter. And attack started equals true. Else current action equals fly left. Boom. That might do it. Set the speed to 4, set the attack, begin attack, basically move in that direction. Just in case I change the direction, I'm going to go ahead and set direction to 180. This might be redundant right now, but I think I'm going to have to change direction in here. And that might do it. So he's flying by default. Current action is run, except for the fact that we change it immediately to fly left, and we will set where it comes in at based on the position helper. Position helper in this case will be a little bit different than our previous position helpers, because position helper will determine the X position, which normally doesn't happen. Well, I guess I should say normally the X position is always coming in from the right. In a few cases, it'll be coming in from the left. But let's go script SPB, and let's get the position helper out, which is found in the scripts, controllers, enemies, level 2. Let's create a script roach position helper. And argument 0 equals position point. For arg0 equals argument 0, switch arg0. We have none yet, so let's create the first one. And we're not at a 0 index because we're not counting. We just have literally a specific number that we're passing in. So let's just leave it at 1, and then we'll say script. We may not need to do a script. Well, if we do, it'll be a much simpler. Let's look at this. Script. Let's look at this. So the enemy gen helper is only, oh, it is helping everything. Good. Case. Roach, break, script, roach, position, helper, arg2, boom, done. Argument 2 should be position point, which it is. Good. So position point is here, and then we just say script. We may not need to do a script. Let's just try instance create. X position will be room width plus sprite get width of the object. No, sprite roach. Whoops. So make sure he's at least all the way off screen. That should be perfectly fine. And the Y position will be unique based on the position point. So we'll go room width, let's just set a global position. That's what we have them set up for. Position 1A, let's try that. and make sure we pull them in. Object roach, perfect. And we may set the type here, so that's not important at the moment. We'll use that as soon as we start pulling in the running roaches. 2, 3, 4. So for sure we have 4 positions right out of the gate. And the height is going to be different on each one of them. Let's give this guy 2A, 3A, 4A, just some global Y positions that I have set up so that I can do a quick call in without having to figure out what it is for each enemy every time. 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. That's from top to bottom. And I need, let's see. Looks like we're good. And let's pull these in at different times. So after the enemies fly on screen, let's give it like 3 seconds. 46, self.object, index 1, roach. Do the same thing 3 more times. 2, 3, 4. And let's just pull them in, I don't know, half second from each other. Let's try half second just for starters. See if we need to spread it out. 7.5 and change these position points to match up with our helper. That should do it. Let's see. That was a lot of code. Let's see if we got it without any bugs. I'm sure there's something in there. Flew right into that. Oop, got a bug. Let me see what that is. Base enemy. HP. What was that? I think that was the projectile from the Heli Wolf. And the fact that I'm pulling it in is why I try to look for the hit points. So let's make sure the Heli Wolf projectile has hit points. I think that's what that bug was. Let's first make sure I added, before I go down that path, let's first make sure I added the Heli Wolf projectile. Did I? Nope, only added the Peb Dire projectile. So I'm not sure what that bug was. Did I add enemy 2? Yeah, I did add enemy 2 here. Heli Wolf is here, Roach is here. Let's try this one more time. I'll copy the error this time. Pull it back over so we can get it. Any advice for a good coder that can't find an artist? I think there are multiple locations you can go. One really good place that you can go is let me think about it. It's graphicriver.net. That should be you, and you can pay for really good graphics for a game for very cheap. So you're going to pay for it. Also, there are some. There's one forum. I think I added it. Into the information below the stream. Had another issue. Okay, let's copy this. Copy board. Let me see if I added it below here. I thought I added it as a place to go for. Let's see. Ah, man, I did not add that. That's so sad. Somebody was in here telling us about a forum, and I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it might have been Jackal Gamer telling us about a forum, a really good forum where you could go where other people are basically looking for the same. They're looking for a programmer or a developer to do work alongside them. And they'll do work on the cheap or for free, depending on what it is exactly. So, hope that helps. Trying to remember who told me about that forum and where it was. Also, DeBeastly Bro might know. Let me see. And DeBeastly Bro's not here at the moment. Depends what I would do. What style. Alright, so where were we? We're going to write down what this error was. We are in the base enemy draw event. It's having issues with, it's got to be the roach. Let me see what the base enemy has. If the base enemy has some of these variables. Oh, you're good friends with Jackal Gamer? Awesome, dude. Alright. Where was that? Does base enemy have hit points and max hit points? It should. Not sure why. Oop, that's not what I was trying to do. Get out of here. Let's look at the enemy, base enemy init. Looking for HP and max HP, which I do have. Base enemy max HP is 300. That's funny. My specific error was line 1 of the draw event for base enemy object. HP greater than 0, HP less than max HP. Then draw the health bar. So only draw the health bar if they've been attacked and they're not dead. That seems wrong. That I would get that error. Usually you get errors whenever you have errors like this, whenever you have some unexpected like variable set. This doesn't really point to anything for me. It's not super helpful. It points to HP, but I mean HP is set. We just proved HP is set. And let's make sure, let's just verify that object enemy 2 inherits from base enemy, which it does. And the roach, let's see if the roach inherits from base enemy, which it does. Does the projectile, the enemy projectile, the Heliwolf projectile, does not inherit from base enemy. Let me see what these other projectiles inherit from. Base weapon. Base weapon. I think that the Heliwolf projectile needs to make sure we drop it in. Yeah, enemy weapon. Let's make sure we got our Heliwolf projectile in here. I mean, the weird thing is the Heliwolf projectile was working just fine. Projectile. So that's in there. I don't see anything super odd. based on all this. The roach should definitely be in that group, though. I think it is. I'll just verify, sorry. Alright. So the other thing that makes me think would be that when the roach is activated through the position helper, that something's missing there. X position, Y position, roach, roach, roach. One, break, break, break. Roach looks good. I don't think it's the roach. It's almost like when I attack the Febs, and I think I destroyed a Feb even. Man, having a hard time with this one. Figuring out exactly what's causing that error, because that error is very nondescript. I mean, why would HP be undefined if I have the base enemy object which defines it?
Yeah, it was 12:15.
Okay.
You gonna be done soon?
Yep. Oh, DeBeasley Bro. Sorry. You're good friends with DeBeasley Bro. Yeah, man, he's in here all the time. Man, I thought for sure I put that link in the chat, in the commentary below the stream, but I don't. It looks like I didn't. So I'll go back and do the research on that. It's in one of the videos, and I'll make sure that it gets in on the stream here as a resource, because that's a very big issue. Oh, let's not attack these guys. Okay, let's try something else here. I only really had this problem once I started adding these guys, so let me remove, let's do a little bit of debugging here. See if it's the roaches. Try that. Because roach is a new enemy, I mean, I guess it would make sense that we're having an issue. However, the roach still inherits from the object base enemy, which again sets HP and max HP, which is what we're getting the error on. But let's just wait and see. So we're good. Good there. It had to be the roaches. So basically the roaches are causing an issue. Inheriting from base enemy. Type is flying, current action is run. Has a problem with HP. Let's go look at script helywolf generate. That's interesting. I guess that makes sense to call it like that. So let's do it the same way here, but I mean, I don't think this is going to solve the issue, but I think there is some validity in calling it in this way. Two, three, four. Generate it. Pass in the specific position, and the roach generates the Y position, arc0, sprite get roach, sprite roach, object roach here. Not necessarily needed to set this right here, but doing it anyway in case we need to change a property on the roach once it's generated. Just don't understand how that's not generated. I think if I were to pass this off to... That should be failing for everything, basically, not just the roach. Let me look at my story point builder, enemy type string, called enemy gen helper. We're looking at roach right here versus helywolf, which is like up here, right? Helywolf. We're enemy 2, and everything looks right. Makes no sense. Only here. Only once we call these in. Right, yeah, I mean, it does look like it's the projectile, but I'm not, like, firing at the projectile. It should be handling it itself. I thought about that because, like, really kind of the roach wasn't on screen, but the roach does get generated off screen, so that could be what's happening there, is that the roach is actually like getting generated off screen, but you can't see it, and it looks like it's the projectile. So, man, I just don't think this is it, but I'll make sure that it has a parent. And let's see if object-based weapon gives it hit points or max hit points. It's in the script. Hmm. I did add enemy weapons in here. Why it's airing out now, I'm not sure, but I feel like this is the problem. Enemy weapons, let's verify that's the name of the group. Encrypted Cow, what's up, man? What's up, yo? You've been working on a project lately. I've seen you online. Looking at the group, that's what I'm looking for. The ceiling Kappa. Object group. Enemy weapons, cool. I titled it correctly. So let's try this.
Mission 1, Death at Dusk. Go!
You there? I'm going to bed.
Okay, I'll be up in a little bit.
I'm going to let Max out.
Sure. Hello. That was a first. Copy, abort. I think that is also related to the weapon. See the HP here. It's also looking like this might be partially related to let's just go look at that first before I say something. That's absolutely not correct. 120. Yeah, so those projectiles do need to inherit properly. Pebdire needs to also inherit from the base weapon. Let me make sure that's what the boss orb does. No parent. Ah, that's the laser. Not the attack orb. There you go, base weapon right there. Does it set its own HP? Yes, it does. That's our problem. Okay. So this guy needs HP. Yeah.
Love you.
And this guy needs HP. And I'd like to pull these guys right up into the weapons. Let's do that right now. Or, yeah. Okay, let's hit play on that. So, you're working on an RPG, is that right, Encrypted Cow? I can't remember exactly. Is that right?
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go.
Come on. Okay. Now we have a katana hit counter that we got to deal with. Pretty sure that's going to be on the specific projectile. Let's see if these guys have a katana hit counter, and I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah. These right here is what I need. I basically just need to take all these and add them into the base weapon so that I'm not like duplicating tons of code here. I just have had almost 0 weapons up to this point, enemy weapons that is, and if I pull them up there, then I can inherit from the parent and then overwrite a specific property if I need to. That would be the much better way to do it. Put that on hold, doing a platformer with another artist right now. Tight, man. That's awesome, dude.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go.
Well, another error when I tried to swipe at it. So just knocking these errors out real quick, guys. Just a second. basically I added the projectile to the ability to a list of items that I'm allowing certain things to connect with, and that has caused my issue here. I've got to basically address all the different items that are related to each one of these. Default flight. That's not what I was trying to click on. Get out of there. Here we are. Again, I will definitely abstract these to a parent object, just trying to get through these items. Stop giving me that one. And I want to see the roach. That's the main thing. See the roach here in just a minute.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go.
Boom, got that. Nailed that bug. Cool, alright. Cool. Let's see if this guy gives me an error. Still gives me an error. It definitely appears that it's the projectile, but the projectile gets generated, so I don't... Let me just look at this animation for a minute. Wrong guy. So yeah, it is basically when that projectile gets fired. Not sure though. Not 100% on that. So I think the way to figure that out is to go into the step event here. I collide. Maybe I can just prevent him from shooting at the moment and see if that is actually the error, because if I prevent him from shooting and I still have the error, we know it's the roaches 100%. Movement. So the actual projectile occurs right there. Let's hit play on that, see what happens.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go.
Aha. Still occurred, and I definitely canceled out. Definitely canceled out the projectile from getting fired, so it's not the projectile. got to be the roach. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is, sometimes I've noticed that GameMaker will incorrectly load objects and sometimes scripts. So I'm restarting GameMaker to give it a fresh. The Beastly, what's up, yo? How's it going, man? Give it a fresh copy of everything in GameMaker here and see if my object looks correct. Enemies, level 2, roach, object roach. Object base enemy looks good. Everything here looks good to me. Close to 100. 100. Yeah, man, close, dude, close. Getting there, getting there. Slow and steady, right? Pretty lively chat going. Great progress on mission 2. Yeah, it's going good, man. Just trying to figure out this bug. I'm rerunning everything from the top, see if for some reason GameMaker just cached something incorrectly, and we no longer have that error. Let's check. The other thing I could do is try to destroy the heli before he reaches the point of projectile, just to 100% prove maybe there's a bug in there that's not related to the projectile, but it's related to that animation point, which wouldn't make sense to me still, but maybe I can just get him to be destroyed quickly enough. Here we go. Yep. So it's definitely not the heli. It's definitely the roaches. Let me give an override here. HP equals 100. 100. Let's do, I don't know, let's do something crazy. 400 max HP equals 400. And I'm going to change these. HP equals max HP. Play. Let's try that. So if this is the case, we know that the draw event is occurring before the script gets run on object base enemy, which figuring that stuff out sometimes can be a pain in the butt. But there should be a way to fix that, so that it doesn't run before it should.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go.
I forgot to add the projectile back in. So that was related to the katana hitting the heli wolf, which I'm not worried about at the moment. Let's add the projectile back in on his animation. I think we got to change the roach depths. I don't think those are getting set correctly, and so they're probably behind everything right now. So we're at control. No, we're definitely at level 2 enemies scripts. controllers, enemies, level 2. Wrong one, enemies, level 2, heli wolf, movement. Let this come back in and pull in the depth engine. So let's engine, depth engine, and we will add case object roach arg1 equals, looking at something for a minute. Yeah, 149 should do it. Script depth engine arg0 arg1 object passed in. Alright, so when we generate the roach, which would be in the roach script, we should pass it through the depth engine, roach, and 149. Let me think for a sec. And what I mean by that is, let me see how I've done this in the past, because I should have a lot of examples. Got it. So just get me the depth and set it for the roach. So let's hit play. Alright, come on, roach.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Flashing is not set or something on these enemies? Where are we at? Where are we at? Roach, flashing. Flashing is not here apparently, and I don't know why not. Should be. Play. Come on, roach. Come on.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go.
Oh, there's the roaches. They were invisible, and I'm not sure why. Visible is checked. The roaches flew by. That was a little bit odd. I know what the freaking problem is. The reason why they didn't have any HP is because this wasn't running. Event inherited. Does this guy inherit from the parent? Yes, he does. Gosh, that's like such a little detail that, man, no wonder I was having a hang up there. I don't need any of this. I asked you this a while ago, forgot how you answered. Is it possible to make a background tile set solid? Like a solid, like one solid color?
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go.
There the roaches are, doing what they should be doing, but invisible as crap. What the hell? They are definitely told depending on the current action what the image index should be. Game is coming good. Trying to work out one bug. Sprite sheet of walls. I want to use it as a tile set. Oh, setting up collisions on on I would, okay, so what I would do for that is not create a tile set. I don't use tile sets. I think you were thinking about creating a background. Don't create a background. Instead, create an object and attach the sprite of that wall to that object, and then you can have a collision event against that object. And you can repeat it as much as you want, just like a background. You can do whatever you want with that. So that's your answer. I know what the other problem is. Add event, draw, control, drop, event inherited. Here we go. Chris, you ready for this? You ready for this? So if you have a draw event, you have to make sure that you, I forget what the exact function is, but you have to call a specific method. It's like draw self or something like that in order to make sure it occurs. Well, every single enemy has a draw event because it inherits from the parent. And it should have been inheriting from the parent automatically, but I'll have to check one more time. If it's not, I just do draw self and it'll be pulled in. So try this one more time. Okay, almost done. I don't know why this needs a draw self. I guess I figured that object-based enemy would have draw self. Let's see, what does this guy have? Does he have draw self in there somewhere? Yeah, he's got it. That should be in the parent object, but it's not. This will do it. So yeah, we might need them for our next game, but for a shooter it's not as useful, so we just use huge sprites for our backgrounds, but nearly all of them tile, as in will loop without a seam. Yeah, we'll figure out what to do when that's the case.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go.
So we're about to have roaches, I know it. I know it, I know it. Oh yeah. So the animations need to be slowed down quite a bit. They're going quite a bit too fast. Not a big deal though. So I could definitely get that done first thing tomorrow's stream, but I think I'm gonna have to call it a night, guys. Been streaming for 3 hours, and so I'm gonna call it a night right there. As usual, thanks for the follows, thank you for the support, thanks for the conversation, thanks Chris, thanks to Beastly, and again, thanks for spending your Thursday evening watching the stream. I really appreciate it. Very good to see you guys here and supporting us. So as usual, I'll leave you with our intro outro video, and I just want to say thanks again, guys. I will see you guys next time.